right. Here we go. Grab it. Okay, we're live right now. It's GloucesterCast 434. We are joined by our esteemed panel of guests. Starting off with
we're all looking around.
Starting off with Chris McCarthy on the left.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Connor McCarthy representing the Millennials.
Good morning, Lobster.
Pauline Bresnahan representing the.
Be careful. We're treading on. I'm next to.
You don't like the order,
Yeah.
but hey, look, you got one more.
Seniors.
Hey, you talking about me? You talking about me?
I think we're good. And so Pauline Bresnahan representing Pauline's Gifts, and one of
All things good, Gloucester.
one of the best cheerleaders that Gloucester has. Pam, Jimmy Dalpiaz is over
Good morning,
here.
Gloucester. Happy birthday, Joe.
And Pat Dalpiaz is on the keyboard. There's Pat. So anybody asking questions, Pat will zoom in. All right, now
Yeah, and I'm just chatting with her.
So we have a bunch of topics today. Weather couldn't get a nicer day. At least it's not 200 degrees in the office.
Wonderful.
Just
beautiful.
There was no beach traffic.
There was no beach
No, it
traffic.
was amazing even yesterday.
I couldn't believe it. I came right down from West Gloucester, and there was nothing.
There was nothing. Yesterday, Saturday at 1:30, we got back from Manchester and we drove. We went to Niles Beach. There was 10.
There were cars open.
There was 10. We counted
Spots
10
open.
open parking spots.
Yep.
August, the prime time, August the 2nd. It was the second Saturday in August because it was the 8th, and there was 10 open parking spots. There was about 25 people on the entire Niles Beach.
I know. I thought I
nice.
missed a state of emergency or something. I was like, "What's going on?"
Was
Even the ice cream man. I'm sorry, ice cream person came by 3 times and could find a parking spot to pull into to sell ice cream for the little boys and girls and adults, women.
It was pretty
What
wild.
about the dogs? Joe and I had a perfect spot right by the water. We were in our Speedos. We were all set.
Yes.
I mean,
That's
I
probably
rubbed-
explains the empty spots in the parking
I
lot.
rubbed the lotion on his. I rubbed the lotion on his chest, and then he rubbed the lotion on my chest.
walking in on that.
It's 9:15 in the
Very
morning.
slow motion. There was music in the background. I've seen this video.
And Connor walked in. Turned around real quick. After his second hospital visit in 2
Here we
days.
go.
2 hospital visits in 2 days.
Yeah.
There's a story there. There's got to be a story there.
Yeah. Why don't we go over that while I take care of our customer?
Yeah, Connor, why don't you share your story
Your
with
misfortune.
the viewing public?
A long time ago, on Tuesday,
Dark night.
when this supposed hurricane was coming, and going out there with some friends, the wind just picked up when we were least expecting it. I went out to push the boat off, and the propeller slammed against my hand and the dock. Acted quickly, acted smart and efficiently, got out of there, and didn't lose a finger. So,
Didn't lose a finger.
yeah,
So that was the first visit.
yeah, first visit, and then popped a stitch when we were out there yesterday in Manchester.
Innocently.
Innocently.
He was sitting on the boat. We were flying on the water, and one of the chairs on the front of my boat flew off and hit his hand.
Perfectly.
Spot on.
Yeah.
So what's the visit to? I'm assuming you went to the emergency room.
I did.
Yeah,
And what's the
Addison
visit
Cobra.
to the emergency room like these days?
Very clean. Yes,
Wow.
yeah,
Check.
very clean. A lot of fallen injuries, I guess it would be called, yesterday. One of the nurses said there was 12 people, 6 broken hips, broken legs, arms. So,
Oh my!
yeah, I guess yesterday had some gravitational pull, she was saying.
With the
Hot
They
dog.
probably do see streaks like that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I imagine.
So she said she was going to tread carefully on her walk home.
Did they have like spots, like, bleed on this spot, bleed on the next spot or something like that?
COVID,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bleeding.
Actually, no COVID
broken
patients in
bones.
the past few days, so actually a while. So that was good to see.
That's good.
And we're
That's
glad
great
you're
news.
Yeah.
back with the.
Yeah.
All your
like
fingers
they're there
intact.
And they took
That's-
good care of you.
that's
Can't play piano
dangerous.
for a little bit.
No.
Yeah. No, well,
He's got a problem now because to service the women, he can only use his left.
check, please.
No, I mean,
Oprah.
holding hands, he's normally holds hands with the right. He can only hand.
I'll give you
Oh,
It's
that's
gotta go
right.
left. He's gonna go left.
I'm better right-handed.
You could pop many stitches. Okay. Yeah.
But a quick shout out to Addison Gilbert, because I know we talked about this when my wife had to go there, but Connor being there twice in 5 days, service was great. The people are great over there, so it's great to have a hospital like that in our backyards that you know we don't have to go
Yeah,
you know,
we're very
30
lucky.
miles
Yeah.
to a good medical establishment. So thank you.
I'll tell you, I
Addison
find
Gilbert.
it's the best time to go to hospitals right now. It's so quick.
Yeah.
Have anybody had tests lately?
No.
No.
I
don't
had
think
a mammogram, and appointment was at 4. Get there at 4, quarter of. I was in the car with Glenn to leave at 5 after 4.
Really.
Wow.
I had a problem because, you know, I had a prostate exam a couple weeks ago, but they wouldn't. I tried to get. I wanted to have it rechecked the next
Is that
day,
recreational?
Recheck.
and then
You didn't like the result?
I didn't like the result.
well, I was just curious. I wanted them to do a more thorough job, and we didn't get the result.
They're like, holy shit, this is a softball. I was like, what?
Hey, speaking of
Give me a
shit.
golf
Oh,
ball.
don't
How's the
Really good
how's
shit.
the bullshit sales been going?
You know what? We have lots of sales with our shit.
I-
The shit is flying out the door.
I am here to tell you, she's,
What?
Pauline's got good shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Place.
And
Better
no
than Happy
shit,
Valley?
and bullshit.
Better than Happy Valley?
Well, if you
Chicken
like,
shit?
we have chicken shit. I just got in my 5th order of shit from Texas, and I want them to make a fish shit.
They should make a fish shit.
Yeah, well, it's Texas, so they're all about the beef and the.
Yeah,
I do lobster shit.
That's what they're gonna. Hopefully that's what I want to get. They just came out with badass shit.
Yeah.
So badass shit is a tenderizer.
Oh,
So
Yes,
Of course it is.
we just gifted. I just
Wow.
gifted badass to the
Oh, it's
fire
actually-
department, the police,
That's awesome.
the harbor master for all their work they did during the last crazy weekend here. That fire on the house and all that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
That was-
Yeah.
So to back up a little bit, the shit that she's talking about are seasonings. They got rubs and seasonings.
People laugh. You know, I sent the video. I
Type that
did
in,
that
type
little
that in.
video. And the salesman in New Hampshire that represents the line, I sent it to him. I said, just to let you know, in April when I was doing curbside pickup, he sent it to every customer in New England. He said, don't tell me you can't sell this shit. Look at her.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and sales have been crazy. I've reordered 5 times since April.
That's
And
amazing.
I'm talking 5, 8 cases at a whack.
Wow. Where's it made?
In Texas, at Big
Oh,
Cock
Texas.
Ranch in Texas.
Yes.
So you think that I'm the only dirty one here?
This guy's brilliant. He's
Pauline, I
awesome.
didn't. Jeez.
And yeah,
What is
they
going on here?
actually they ran the video in Texas. Me doing my little
Really?
Oh,
spiel.
Oh, wow.
yeah. Probably couldn't understand the word.
Marianne Albert Boucher, I'd like to say that there is also a variety packs available.
Yeah, it's a shitload.
So shit.
It's a-
Yes.
That's the name on the box, and
That
we
is
actually
good.
have dipshit too,
Yeah.
which is
hey, leave me out of it.
I know you like that. And it's been a fun product to
Wow,
sell.
that's great.
And people, I think, laugh because that word usually would never come out of my mouth.
Right,
Right,
right.
of course.
I'm not
Only
really.
in sales
Well,
terms.
you could call it poop.
No, it's
It's on the branding. You don't want to
Yeah.
mess up the branding.
It's me saying that word,
Yeah.
and I can only say it when I'm selling.
When you're selling it.
It's a
right?
salesperson in me, which I am 100%.
Well,
So-
that's what I was doing.
let's-
I was selling your
Yeah,
shit.
You're so good
Talking
at
about
it.
your shit.
Let's
Yeah.
let's make the new announcement about the latest product.
Hold it. Oh, Jim, you're going to show us your poll?
Yes. I'm going to bring it around Pauline here.
So
No,
a
I can
couple
get it
of
close to
weeks
me.
ago, a couple of weeks ago, they took down trees at behind the shop, and I hate wasting wood. So the fence came down. So the fence posts became these.
Oh, I love that one.
So,
This one's really
These will be available in the store. Yeah,
Hand painted by you.
yeah. They
Look at
will.
the
They have a
detail.
stake that can go in the ground, and so Of course, I had to bring the lobster one.
Oh yeah.
They
So check out, Chris, bring the top down so people can understand what's happening here. So there's a solar thing on the top. And then hold it back a little bit. So there's a light fixture underneath there. So these are they don't have to be wired, but they'll light up your garden. They're lighted garden posts, solar lighted garden posts.
Yeah, they can go in the garden or on your deck, whatever. And
Those would be nice to line your driveway with.
but repurposing.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
had to sand those old posts and
That's a great idea. And you hand painted this?
yeah, these are all hand painted. That's
That
what
is
I
great.
like to do.
That's
So they'll
awesome.
be available this week, starting this week in the store.
Really?
I thought they were kind of fun.
They're very.
Yeah,
They're
great
awesome.
idea.
People were
And- and
kind
What a
of
great
awesome.
idea.
And the cost?
They're $75.
That's a great
75.
gift. That's a great wedding
Can you
gift.
tell
or
people the address where people can find it?
512 Essex Ave at Pauline's Gifts.
Yeah.
We're paulinesgifts.com.
Yep.
And on your way to whatever, Winter Chic or whatever, come on by.
We got
And
a,
with-
going to the sand.
And with
not going
with-
to the sand.
with
Yes,
Christmas
comes with
being
a
canceled,
bracket with a
I mean, this
post
is a great
so that it will
this is a
be
great
able to-
gift.
It's breaking news right there.
Breaking news. Christmas was canceled.
They're pretty.
is that the latest?
You didn't hear it today?
No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Today I heard on.
So Pauline, hold on. No, the side conversations don't want to hear anything. So tell me, explain what happens in the bottom there if you want.
Oh, I have brackets available that will screw on. It has a metal bracket with a pointy pot.
It's-
I don't want to say pole.
I feel like it's not, but and then you could stick it in the ground.
There you go. So it'll be nice and
So-
stable.
When
Or
we
use
first
it,
started
okay.
doing curbside, I got in trouble because I said to people, I have the new square technology and you can stick your thing in my thing. I couldn't remember what the heck the name of the thing was. And Glenn's going, Paul, you can't. Well, I've said it again.
You can't stick your thing in the thing.
Yeah.
Especially when they buy you
But
shit.
this you can stick.
Yes.
Marianne Albert Boucher says, I keep telling Pauline she should do a live shopping at night thing where you keep do Facebook Live and have
Oh.
people come in.
Can we do it early morning? Because I am the senior crowd here.
Yeah, well,
I think that's a great like QVC.
and you could do it like they do downtown when they have the ladies' night where everybody gets hammered.
Yeah, they could call
You
in.
meet Pauline.
Joe, that would be a great idea
Yeah.
before Christmas.
I am open. People can come in.
People can come
We
in.
were there this week.
Yes, you were.
Good morning, Mike Coder. Good morning,
Mike Coder.
Susan Canning. Good morning, Gina Pulio Lazelle.
I didn't know. I didn't
Those are
know
all
Winger
friends
Chic
of mine.
had Wi-Fi.
Thanks,
Wi-Fi.
guys, for coming on.
I didn't know Winger Chic had Wi-Fi. Mike Coder's on.
No, he's on the boat
I'm
24/7.
I'm sure he's got his spot. Oh,
But I
Set
appreciate you
Winger
letting me
Chic.
bring these on because
No,
people were
no.
interested in what I was doing when I posted
I was
photos
very
of them.
interested. Yeah.
There's a monster tree that come down next to your
8
shop
trees.
there.
those are some of the nicest poles I've seen in Gloucester.
Only
us
the best.
night boaters, too.
Only the best.
So many uses for
Next to
those.
the greasy pole.
The greasy pole.
Next to-
That's the
That-
second
They'll have
thing.
me out there painting that thing next, right?
Oh, that'd be great. They should do that.
I'd like to do a thank you to Rick Artizzoni for doing the quick turnover of the National Grid pounds us over here in East Gloucester with power surges, and they sent 4 power surges in a row, wiped out the GMG official computer, and
Oh, really?
he had me up and running with a new computer in no time at all, with all the data switched over and everything.
Oh,
else.
that's
So,
great. That's
yeah.
very
It's awesome.
provokes a lot of anxiety when that happens.
well, my programs and specific to running the blog, I have this system. It's very important to me, and I try. You can't just send it to anyone. You have to be able to trust someone when
I
they
think we're going to have to move you up though to maybe if you get
a wireless.
maybe we'll go with the
I don't like
wireless.
because inevitably, right when you
Oh, the
need it
batteries
most,
die
The batteries die.
with no warning.
Yeah.
They do.
That's
That
why
is true.
That's why I always go with
Do
it.
they have a rechargeable one
Yes. Which I use.
that you can put in a recharge?
Yeah, recharge, or it's a cord. So if you see it getting low, you plug it in and you use it like a standard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good morning, Susan Lipset. We miss Susan.
Susan.
She was here. It seems like we blinked out.
I know.
Blinked and
I
she's
know.
gone.
Well,
Well,
just
summer's
want to go
over.
home to family.
Summer's
Miss
over.
his family.
Oh,
can
congratulations
smell
to her son for getting accepted to some prestigious thing.
The law review.
The law
that he did
review.
for his.
Yeah, only
for
like
his-
22 out of out of millions.
That was awesome.
Really?
Hey, congratulations to Ralph.
Ralph
Kim,
and Kim,
for
their
the
son Michael.
Right.
Michael DeGiorgio got engaged.
Yeah.
Engaged, and it's
My
wonderful.
Coder's wondering how Connor's hand is. We
It's
kind of went
fantastic.
over that, but
Thank you.
Yeah, you're late to the table. I know. So Chris had a topic,
What did I have a topic?
and is when you're hungover, you're in much better shape this week than you were last week.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people writing in asking if you were okay after last week's podcast.
Yeah, let me just tell the story quickly. After last week's podcast, an hour after the podcast, my mother calls me, Chris, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. She's like, you looked horrible on the podcast. So
well,
she
that's
was,
bad when your mother
Yeah.
calls you to
yeah,
say.
she's like, you sounded very hoarse. You were coughing. Everything all right? I'm like, yes. So hopefully
There's
this
no
morning
hide
I
when you're
look.
in front of the camera. There's no hide.
You look great today. This
Yeah,
morning.
you look wonderful.
So, so I was thinking after she said that, you know,
How bad did I really look?
how bad did I really look? I went back to the video and looked, and
In fact,
yeah,
you did look bad.
it was bad. And I do want to apologize to all your listeners and viewers that I noticed I blew my nose.
In introductions.
We
Within like
during
the
the
first 30
introductions,
seconds.
and that was
We
very
do count on a
rude of
certain
me.
level of
Yes.
Professionalism.
professionalism from
So
you, especially.
I hope all of you accept my apology for doing something so foolish like that.
Just when you ask him to leave.
So, the question is, would you, after a big night of drinking, would you prefer a greasy egg sandwich dripping with butter and cheese
In the morning.
in the morning, or before you went to bed the night before, when you're hungover, when you're drinking, a big like pizza before bed? So is it the
grease in the
pizza
morning.
before bed while you're still intoxicated, or do you go to bed with nothing in your stomach, wake up
Grease
with
in
a
the
big
morning.
grease? Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
roast beef the night of.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a good
Speaking
one.
of, did you see the sticker that the guy had on his car?
I did see that.
The three.
That
Yeah.
just a simple sticker, oval sticker, and it says 3-way ?
My Coder
I
says
saw
you need
that.
some chicken fried steak, Chris, and Ralph says that's because you were with the DiGiorgios the night before.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
But we hadn't seen them in a little while, so there was we had some making up to do, and we actually had a lot of fun.
Celebration.
I go greasy breakfast.
Greasy. I knew your answer.
Did you answer, Jimmy?
No, I go for the pizza. I go with the night
The
before.
night
And
before.
Pat, where were you on that?
Morning. Grease in the morning.
Grease in the morning.
How about you, Carl?
I'd go drowning with water in the night and waking up and having a greasy egg sandwich.
Oh, the water. The
You
water.
guys are professionals.
He won't have an egg sandwich. He'll take the bread off of it though because he's cutting down for his trip to Newport. He's in the cutting phase right now. He's gonna have the abs.
He makes us look bad.
He told me everywhere we went, no matter if there was a young girl within 50 yards, he took his shirt off yesterday. He automatically his shirt comes
I
off.
just have a problem with keeping my shirt on.
Pauline's rolling around.
I was glued to the TV yesterday because there were 50 Navy SEALs swimming the Hudson,
Oh, really?
and it's a
Like a
benefit.
fundraiser or something?
Yeah, they do it, and I give anything I pay anything to watch that. I mean, give me a break.
It's funny you say that. Every time we go out in the harbor, my wife looks around looking for the Coast Guard. Oh, I hope we get boarded. I hope we get boarded. She loves to get boarded out there.
That's what I think. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
That was the best TV I ever saw yesterday. It
We've been
was
boarded
amazing.
multiple times. Actually, a couple times was with Captain Ralph. It's something about his boat that the Coast Guard likes.
They hone in on
And, yeah, they hone in on it. And like 2 of the 4 times I've been pulled over by the Coast Guard, I've been on Ralph's boat. But the women have no problem when that happens.
We have a shout out to Donna's with us, so we
Yep.
want to say hi to Donna.
And she says she loves the chicken shit.
Oh, I love Donna. Good morning, Donna.
You know what? I just saw that Scotty Mac shared the video. We'd like to ask our viewers if you could please share this, go to Facebook and share the video so more people can join us. We would appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. Yesterday we went to Manchester by boat, and
Manchester by sea.
Manchester by the sea by boat.
Oh, right.
Right? It was a beautiful morning, and what I didn't realize so much was there are a lot of rock croppings just outside of Manchester Harbor. It's pretty dangerous, and what I don't understand, and maybe someone that has more sea knowledge than me, why they don't put, like Gloucester, where there's behind the 10-pound island, they put the spindle up there with like the diamond, the danger diamond. Like I don't understand why they don't mark those. Those just at low tide, it's just peaking up. So when the tide goes up just a little bit, and it's right at the entrance to the harbor, there's going to be a lot of traffic there.
Yeah.
And the people that I know from Manchester say that more boats get wrecked there.
I don't know why.
What did Mark Rink call it? Boohoo Ledge or something like that?
Yeah,
He called it
Boohoo Ledge, because
so
a
many
lot
people.
of boats, and it's not a big area. You have to hit it like perfectly, but boats do, and it is one of those areas where you wouldn't know unless
you knew.
unless you knew, or you had someone like Mark Ring say, "Be careful of this area."
Yeah. But it was a great ride, because it was probably less time to go there by boat than by car. And Manchester's doing like Gloucester is doing, very accommodating with transient boaters. They have a whole dock, and they're using the Dockwa app to pay. So we pull up there, plenty of place to tie up the boat. We got on the Dockwa app, $8 per hour. Gloucester is actually $0 for 4 hours, which is tremendous value. Yeah. And we went to Alley's Beach Street Cafe. Alley's Beach Street Cafe, I had heard it was great. It lived up to the excellent billing. And it's probably not even a quarter of a mile from where the landing is, where we tied up the boat to walk in the front door.
Yeah, I don't think it's a quarter of a mile. No,
It might be an eighth of a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. Really,
Well, you can't park anywhere in Manchester.
it's very difficult to park.
So if you can get there by boat, it's great. I don't
yeah.
think that hurts the businesses
Right.
down there.
What was key yesterday morning was the ocean was glass. I mean, it was so
beautiful
nice
shots
to be
I
out
saw.
there at that time.
But
How
we're
did the
gonna-
captain do navigating through
the
those
captain,
rocks?
other than his second mate smashing his hand on a cushion on the way home
I believe it was opposite.
and opening up the
Christian smacked
stitches,
with my
other
hand.
than that, he did pretty good.
The morning was going perfectly until
I'll send you the pictures.
the
too.
flying.
And the
Did
food
you have pictures of it opened up?
Oh yeah, but the food.
Oh, right. We
Opened
got to
it
put the
up.
post up. Allie's.
Nice. I've heard good stuff.
Everybody has said good things. It totally lived up to the billing. But what people have said, and we were talking about this, we have to make a reservation to go there for dinner, because
I didn't know they were open for dinner.
they're open for dinner, and people say the dinner is fantastic as well. And she rattled off the sides, and every one that she said, I was like, I may actually have to get whatever they give me for sides, and then order 2 more of the other sides, because I wanted to try them all.
Yeah, because the sides almost sounded like appetizers,
Right.
not your traditional sides.
And that's Allie, who and her husband, they were the owners of Pleasant Street Coffee, Tea and Coffee
Oh,
Company.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Used to go over to Table 4 in Manchester
Table 4 where was Table 4? Was that where
with Dunkin' Donuts.
was it Ben Sprague's after that?
That was after Table 4. I didn't go back.
Bravo.
That was a long time ago.
That's really done.
But that was a
Oh,
great
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Table 4. Yeah.
I
That's
heard.
a great bar.
What was the 7th Central was a little bit later, but that was further up the
Yeah,
street.
7 Central. When I was young, it was a place called the Old Town Restaurant.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy
YE
Lynch owned
girl.
it.
Yeah,
Jimmy Lynch and his wife, and they ran it, and their son was a head chef at Lockovers for years.
oh jeez, my father's favorite place, Lockovers.
So some great restaurants out of Manchester back one time.
Um,
That shows my age when I remember things that no one
well, it's
else
good that we
does.
have
I was remembering.
It's good.
That's good though. Keep it out there.
Yes, people will show pictures
Yeah.
and remind them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pat, you went on a photo walk for the trustees,
I
sponsored
did.
by
The
the trustees.
trustees sponsored a photo walk at Appleton Farms last night and a sunset walk. I've never been there, so I thought it was a good opportunity to go. It wasn't blazing hot, so it was kind of a perfect night for it. And it was just the instructor, Nick, who was great, and one other guy. So it was just the three of us walking through. And every now and then I like to do a little something that kind of boosts my creativity a little bit with my camera, gives me some different ideas or whatever. This was a totally different venue for me. Nick did a great job. The best thing that Nick did, as far as I was concerned, was that he met us where we were. He didn't try to make us photographers that we're not currently or that we weren't really interested in right at the moment. But it's lovely there. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's very big.
We had a CSA show.
Jeez, Jim.
Yeah. I guess they have timed parking passes if you want to visit. I think you have a customer,
Oh,
Joe.
okay. I'm going to
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you for that.
So yeah, it was well worth it. I knew that probably the numbers were going to be low, and I was afraid that they were going to cancel it because the numbers were so low. But he didn't. So lucky me, to have just shared him with one other walker, hiker, photographer person, and I got some very good tips. And I'd never been to Appleton Farms, and I'm
So one of
anxious to
them
go
was
again.
a photographer that was teaching or giving advice on.
Yeah, he used to work at Hunt's, and he's a photographer. He doesn't work there now, but he does real estate photography and different kinds of photography. So
were you taking pictures of like poison ivy and all that?
mostly it was fields and pastures, and the sun was setting, so the light was really dramatic.
Yeah.
And I don't think of going to like a farm. I thought to myself, well, I'd like to see it'd be nice to do a sunset that wasn't necessarily on water, even though I love the sunsets on water.
You still have the spear, the globe.
Yes, and I took CB out, and she had her picture taken.
Yes.
Up there as well, and I didn't see any unpleasant creatures with no legs like snakes or anything like that. So that was a huge bonus.
What would have happened if you saw a snake?
Well, I told Nick there was a pole I was going to put CB on, but you had to take these steps over this mowed down and his nearest stone wall, and I'm like, I know better than this, Pat. You know better than this. And I said to him, if a snake pops out, I said, I'm done. I'm going home. And he laughed at me because he lives with his roommate has an 8-foot
oh my God.
something, and that supposedly is a safe snake. I didn't.
There's a lot of safe
And
snakes.
the other
Safe far away.
the other photographer there was like, there aren't any poisonous snakes in this area, and I'm like, it's not about the poison. It's really not about the poison.
It's about
I
the
don't mind
slime.
snakes as long as I know they're there.
Yeah.
It's that when you're
Just don't bother
surprised
me.
by them.
Well, that's what I said. It was the startle factor. And I, thought a long time about what is it about snakes that just repels me.
Yeah.
And I can't really put my finger on it. It isn't just
Something
the startle.
growing up, like something our
I
parents
think it has something to do with the
tongue.
wiggle, the muscular. I'm not going any further with that. Sorry, folks.
So Pat, quick question, because I've been following you on Instagram, some great photos.
Oh, thank
but
you.
the lighting one,
Oh,
help me understand, because I love the photos, but how do you do that?
I've been experimenting with light painting.
Yeah, how do you like the wedding dress one that we just
That
did
was
for
cool.
the anniversary?
Yes.
That was all her idea, and
Yeah, so what
was
is
great.
it? Someone holding a light, spinning it around?
So in the example, there's two things. It's steel wool photography, which is literally taking a piece of steel wool, fine steel wool, putting it in like a kitchen whisk, and lighting it, and
Lighting
then
it on fire?
lighting it
Yes.
on fire with
Really?
with a
and we
lighter.
spin it around. Actually, we got that from Dave.
And Dave Fernandez,
Dave talked about this a while ago, that he saw this and always wanted to try it and showed us pictures. That's something that always intrigued Pat about it. and
That's
said,
awesome.
"I'd like to do it." And then when we found more of it,
Yeah.
she bought it. She said, "We're going to try it." So it looks like a whisk type of thing when you're cooking, that type of whisk thing. You put the steel wool in, and then you have to create a safe little
Safe.
zone thing
Yeah.
because
You have to be careful.
yeah,
Does it fly out?
Yeah, so,
Yes.
so the sparks fly, so you have long exposure photography, so it tracks the sparks.
Oh,
So the sparks get tracked.
And of course, it depends on the spin that you do.
Yeah.
And you know, you can go over your head, you can go in front,
Yeah.
a figure eight. There's all these different places you could spin it around. Once again, if you have a safe type of wire,
It's another way to
exposure.
burn Jim.
Yeah. I was going to say all the burn marks.
Yeah.
They're healing.
I got one
On your
right
neck.
yeah.
Did you?
Like my fire, you know?
Thank you. And now my wedding dress has a few little.
Yeah.
Oh, was that your?
My actual wedding dress. I had this crazy
Oh my
idea.
God.
Some of you know we had our
And
anniversary.
Jim was wearing it?
No. And I
No,
said
no,
and we were
not
going to have a staycation at the boatport. And I had this crazy idea that I would try to put my wedding dress on. And then I said, Jim, how attached are you to your tux? Pauline, we're
Pauline's
losing
got a
Pauline.
visual. Pauline's got a
Pauline.
visual of Jim in your.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's
And
just,
it's Pauline throwing us off track today.
I
yeah, me too.
Welcome to the club, Pauline. Look what you did, Chris.
And we were gonna take the dress, and I asked him how attached he was to his tux, and I thought we'd jump in the pool, and that would be like
Oh,
that would be
is
our.
nice.
It was our 35th wedding anniversary, and I thought
that is
I wanted
awesome.
to somehow make 2020 memorable because I don't know how else we're gonna remember 2020.
It hasn't been memorable.
It hasn't.
With good
But then I
memories.
realized that jumping with my dress into the pool could be dangerous for me, and that
suck you down.
they might not entirely approve of it.
Right.
Which it works out that we were right because we couldn't get into the pool area when we were there. It was already booked. But so I decided
Didn't have a reservation.
right. So I decided to stuff myself into my wedding dress, which I was able to do. So
Nice.
I
Nice.
gotta say. And then we did the steel wool painting, and I had the idea about the light painting, which is to also long exposure, keeping your exposure going while you use light sources to create shapes or
That's cool.
colors or letters or whatever. So I'm doing a lot of experimenting with light painting right now,
That's cool.
which
should
has
do-
been fun,
You should do
fun.
one like on a lobster boat.
I want to
Like
do,
Mark
I
Green
really want to do some steel wool photography on the water.
in the water, yeah.
But haven't found a location that won't call the police.
That's correct.
If they see
perfect. Yeah,
something
yes.
sparking out,
I know this
I
guy who
also
owns
think
a
a
dock.
longer handle whisk might be in order.
Well, it's on a chain.
Yeah.
It's on a rope,
Good.
and he
Oh,
wears
good.
and he wears asbestos gloves.
We have chains. Don't worry.
Chains and ropes.
Chains and ropes and poles.
On the
Hand-painted
anniversary,
poles.
when we know what was going on.
On the anniversary. Yeah,
He just
I'm
he
sucking you
brings
in.
this
Yeah,
out
he is.
there.
Sucking you in.
Yeah.
I
Not that I
apologize.
need
rolling
much help.
out.
Pauline, once in a while, I see you with a drink saying stuff like that. So I was just wondering.
Drunken, painting something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another way I'm trying to boost the creativity
A lot of
little
people
bit.
are really making wonderful comments. There are a lot of questions. Pat are getting a lot of questions about it. She would like to go
I
out
have
and
a
do it
long ways to
sometime.
go to improve it, but it's
It
so
would be
much
a
fun.
live. That would be a live thing.
The steel wool painting is.
Yeah.
Oh, those pictures are dramatic.
We'd like to thank everybody for calling in.
Yes,
oh,
thank
Joe's
you.
here.
No piping
Joe's here.
clovers have been harmed.
That's what we all
Stop
think.
it.
Hey, he's brought me down the path of
The primrose path of what?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Pauline had a pristine reputation here in Gloucester.
not really, but he doesn't know me that well.
Did you guys talk about the Pat? Did you talk about your staycation?
We briefly talked about it. Yes, we did have a staycation at the Beauport under the protocols. It was very interesting, very different from the last time that we stayed there, but still very nice.
Very interesting since Jim wore her wedding dress. Did you hear that? The picture? Did you see the picture?
I heard that.
He looks good in it.
It was pretty with
Did you get to do that in the pool at Beauport?
No, we didn't because there was no. We didn't make the reservations in time, and there were no spaces open.
Not even afterwards.
Yeah.
Right, and they also were too busy to take us for dinner reservations on a Monday night. So good on them that they're that busy. So we had dinner in our room, which was
nice.
Looked out on the water, and I've never done that, and so that was kind of special. And it was delicious. It was.
I wanted that meal. I mean, I've heard all about it, and I know that's a big thing to you guys that you've been talking about how much everything's improved. And of course, when we had our Good Morning Gloucester, when they opened up live, that was awesome. As a matter of fact, I had the same drink, the teacher's bag.
The teacher's bag, you like that one?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice. It felt very safe. And
I had there was chicken.
I have chicken.
It came out with 2 plates. They said, "What was your side?" And I like a squash type of like a creamy squash, like potato thing.
Yeah.
And it came out in 2 plates.
Wow.
They had the chicken and the squash. I went, "Whoa,
wow!
Why are there 3 plates? We only have 2 meals."
Yeah.
But whoa.
The tenderloin with béarnaise sauce and asparagus. And it was.
I'm a sucker for béarnaise.
Oh, it was very good. There was enough béarnaise too. So
yeah.
I like to be picky about it.
We wanted to mention 2 of we had basically an award that we wanted to hand out this year. The 2 most improved restaurants in town that we think have taken it and leapt from okay places to outstanding places. And Mile Marker won.
Oh yeah.
The food at Mile Marker 1 this year has been really, really good.
Yeah, we've been there a few times.
And the food at 1606, the Beauport Hotel.
I would agree with both of those.
The new chef there is
definitely,
because we used to go there and the food was okay. The food now it's worth, like, we would go to the Beauport for drinks before and then head downtown to maybe Toronto or Franklin or something like that. Now, like, Beauport is in our rotation now.
Yeah, we were just talking about our rotation of restaurants. It's time to make another cycle of visits. But we were very happy, even with the room service dinner. I guess, I don't know, I've never done, it's just not something we normally do. So I wasn't really sure what to expect in terms of quality. And it was hot when it was supposed to be hot. And
room service?
Delivery, at the Beauport. And we were looking out on the water, so it felt nice and safe, and it was a nice day.
It's a beautiful space.
Yesterday, I got invited to join my son and his girlfriend to Yella. I don't know if I saved his text, but he's like, "Are you and Mom interested in joining us? I'll pay."
Oh, well. Oh,
so I said,
writing and everything.
Oh wow!
I'm like,
Connor's fucking just hung his head down. Hung his head down after he stuffed it up our ass yesterday.
No, this was Brendan.
No, I know. Because even more shame now.
And he was looking over my shoulder when I was reading that text, so he ended up joining because he knew it would be 0.
I heard they're packed every night.
Oh my god! So I just want to do a quick shout out to Yella, because the food last night, even driving over here, Connor just out of nowhere said, "Wow, that meal was good last night."
Okay, here's a question now. When you were in your 20s, did you ever leave the house without a wallet?
I don't have a wallet on me right now.
My son never. It's every single day he's misplaced his wallet.
Yeah.
Misplaced it, or
was
it? Do you think there's a certain amount of strategy?
He just doesn't know where. Oh no, we don't get.
Did you take after you, Jeff?
No. What's happening is I'll be home and he'll say, "Dad, let's go out golfing and everything else." Come on, Dad, let's go golfing. Then when we get there, he goes, "Oh,
yeah,
I must have left my wallet home and everything." Dad, I'll take you golfing. And I'm going, just sign up my credit
afterwards.
Well, there was last month we went out and we were going to grab some coffee. It might have been before one of these podcasts, and I had forgotten my wallet, and he didn't have his wallet. He's like, "Any place around that has Apple Pay?" And I'm like, "I don't know. A restaurant where you could just pay using your phone." And I'm like, I don't know. So we ended up getting nothing because
I bet you there's plenty of places that take Apple Pay now.
You have to, because in the store, people come in and they want to use a debit card. I'm like, for a 99-cent card. Kids are so used to it.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I go, no.
You lose money on that transaction.
It's not worth it to me to sell it to you. Here, just take it. What the hell?
That's good to know. Now you know where to get your cards.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. They don't. They
But
rely on
Apple
their
Pay
cards
would
or
be a
their.
good, a Venmo.
Yeah.
And the Venmo has been the best.
Yeah.
Because I'll take Venmo in a second before I'll
Yeah, Venmo.
put it on Square.
So getting back to that, how many times does this really happen?
Several that I've been
Several.
around. I mean, I'm not around that much. I can't imagine.
Well, I do a shout out to Yella for the great mail last night. Saw Daniela, she outstanding. Daniela.
Danielle, I think. I think it's Danielle. I'm almost
Danielle.
You're
positive.
getting confused with the yellow.
Daniela, exactly.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
But the reason I bring up this story is not only to do a shout out to Yella, but I ended up paying.
After Brendan said, "I'd like to
Yes.
take you and Mom out for dinner."
Yeah.
Oh,
What
so
did you
Carla
do?
just
That's
got
my
a little bit more
Okay,
spring in the
so-
step.
Wait,
How did
do
that
you
work?
have trouble taking something from your kids?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids will say, I'll buy. I'm like, no, I'm just so used to it.
Yeah.
And it's
I
hard.
felt bad.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I
gonna-
understand that. I don't
That's
like
what
to,
it is.
Yeah. So
You're
I
a
mean,
good
kids'
man.
defense too. I wear like bird dog shorts and they have like these like pockets in there. So sometimes I'll put my ID and one in my credit card. So it's like, oh, maybe I have a card in there somewhere if I need to dip my hand in my pockets. But my panic.
How
I
often
should've
do you
said
lose
one.
track of your card?
So
Or
I
Like,
lost
for example, your
cards.
debit card.
4th of July, I lost everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds.
he thought he lost everything.
Yeah, 4
Oh.
cards.
He thought he lost everything, and where'd you end up finding him?
I guess they fell out of my pocket.
Oh.
Yeah, but
So
you
what,
ended
like
up finding
24 hours
Yeah.
later?
Right in the
or...
backseat of the car.
I
after
call it
the
every
boom, boom
screen
session.
conversation.
Boom, boom, bang.
Hey, all I know is the phone's still here. He's got his phone.
And you can pay with the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Venmo is working now.
It is, yeah. You know what?
Oh,
I went
yes.
those scallops last night. Yeah. It takes me longer with my left hand, but
I won't
Breaking
join a
news.
Zoom meeting, but I'll take Venmo.
You won't join a Zoom meeting?
No,
Why?
I have done a few of them, and it's like, this is,
It is kind of hard work.
yeah.
In a way.
I might listen to a meeting, but I don't want to take part. And I don't even do that anymore.
Rocky, so foxes we've seen more and more foxes, right? Everybody seen more and more foxes? Have you
Well,
seen
I'm seeing
foxes?
more
over by your
pictures
house?
of
I had a
foxes. I haven't-
hedgehog at the pool this morning. Or what's one
Groundhog.
The Grundle?
groundhog. One goes, yeah. Right, walking around the pool.
you see a shadow?
So,
He was
so-
chasing the hummingbirds.
I like it. Nice.
She's in the club.
What's the over under before someone
I'm
says
sorry.
stick the- So anyway, we're driving down Rocky Neck to get on the boat at 9:30 in the morning. Fox comes trotting right out from where Sailor Stands is, right towards us, and then goes down where Larry Dahmer's little shack is there, and down into like on the water's edge.
Oh.
So not a big fox, kind of more gray with a little black tip on his tail. Fox sighting, and he went right by the truck. Right? No fear at all. So, oh wow, foxes! Because just earlier this week, I saw a fox going across the back shore, right along into where Ralph DeGiorgio's driveway is. So this second, now we're coming home off the boat 8:30 last night, driving up the same road, and the fox was on Eastern Point Road with a bunny in his mouth.
Oh, good.
So this
Damn
fox. I went from 4 years ago not seeing a fox for probably 40 years. I saw him when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but hadn't seen him for like 40 years. All of a sudden, there's like 45 years. Now, and all of a sudden, there's fox sightings. Like there's one over by Good Harbor Beach. We see all the time.
We see one down on Muscle Point.
Yeah.
It's like a fox explosion.
When we left Yellow, we were passing Charlie's, and in the parking lot, I think it was a coyote though. It was a coyote over by the dumpster.
Mhm.
So
Didn't I just read today that there was a coyote on the boulevard last night?
was there
Oh,
really?
really?
The coyotes have been everywhere for the last probably.
But the foxes,
6 or 7.
and they seem to be really healthy looking
They look
ones that
healthy,
I've
yeah.
pictures of.
Well, there's
yeah.
so many damn rabbits out there. How could they not be healthy?
Yeah, we have a lot of. I live up in the woods in West Gloucester, and you can walk in the paths, go up to the pipeline, and you see all the carcasses from
Really?
dead animals. Yeah,
Wow.
so there's, if I've seen fisher cats or I've seen
Oh, fisher cats are.
coyotes and stuff,
They're scary
but
looking.
I don't see them in my yard that much because I think because they're all being well fed in the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul
That's good.
Gamber says a little lead will teach him some fear.
A little what?
A little lead.
Oh, less.
So Connor, your topic, you wanted to talk about bar hopping in a COVID world. What's it like being single?
Speaking of foxes, go ahead.
Oh,
Segue
well,
right in.
so
So restaurant hopping now, and everywhere's been different. I mean, from Minglewood to Studio, they with Baker passing that law, maybe 2 weeks ago, a little maybe over under. But they do Studio does 2 drinks, so you can't get 1 to go.
What do you mean, takeout?
Yeah, takeout, and that's so should have backed up. Bar hopping now is more boat hopping if you can.
Yeah.
Because I mean, with everyone else that's not driving, you'd be responsible captain, but
Right.
everyone else you can only get 2. So you have like margarita for 2, and then they give it to you and then give ice on the side. But then,
That's interesting.
you kind of jump around and then grab the smallest thing on the menu just so you're not filling your belly. You're also, following the laws and going accordingly. But fries are popular. Everyone's getting fries with drinks since it's quick and easy and
Nice.
like that. But we did do nachos once.
Wow.
And then, you can kind of just hop around or putz around with the boat. But
That's why my
it's very
boat's so
different.
dirty.
But the drink was like, so they sold it as one drink,
Yeah.
but it was how many ounces? Was it 24 ounces?
Yeah.
And then the ice on the side.
Yeah.
And then
$24 too.
it's $24 because it's 2 drinks.
Yeah.
So that's how they can.
Painkiller. Yeah, the Studio. I had the painkiller last night before Yella, and their painkillers were good.
So he's doing the restaurant hopping too. You were at how
Sometimes,
many
yeah.
restaurants?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing.
I like his idea. He goes and parks and orders it, and you bring it on the boat, right?
Yeah, just to sit there. Don't
Yeah.
want to take a table from someone
Yeah.
else. And obviously,
Yeah, that's a
restaurants
good idea.
struggling. That just kind of take a seat on the boat and without it moving.
So do you get together with a lot of friends and you all meet there, or?
Honestly, like on island friends, just everyone who's around.
They're all in the
Honestly,
boat together.
Yeah. Boating community skip.
Paul Gamber asks, single in a COVID world causes injuries to right hand? Question mark.
Correct.
I responded to him, Paul, God only knows where that hand has been.
It's great. I have my number on my left wrist, so it's easy. Just
He
keep it on.
He still has his.
That's a good backup for your wallet, I guess.
My birthday and my number.
That's what you call the shocker right there. Can you still do the shocker?
I don't know. I think you did it very well there.
The shocking off. Check, please.
The shocker. Who knows
The
what the
last
shocker
time
is?
I was here, we talked about Happy Valley. Now we're talking.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I never know
Good
what
show.
subject you're going to come up with.
Well, you got to keep it entertaining,
I love it.
So, Pauline, have you been going out to eat for dinner much?
With the girls.
Yeah,
Glenn loves to cook like you. He eats. He traveled all his life, so he's eaten all over the world.
Mm.
So when he comes home, he wants to cook, and I let him.
Yeah.
Made,
What?
the
I
lobster.
let him.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we're going out to Dean Sala's place Wednesday night, me and the girls. We were at Seaport Grill last week.
Nice.
Been to the patio a couple of times. Not
Been
the
to,
patio,
Studio.
studio. I'm
We
still
saw you
at the
there.
patio in
Yeah,
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Bass
Great
Rocks.
name for the
Bass
studio.
Rocks Golf Club.
Yeah.
So
Now, what
you're
did you
dining
have
right
the other night at Bass Rocks?
Oh, what did I have?
I think
It was
that's the second
excellent
best
food.
menu. in
Oh,
Gloucester.
food is excellent. Oh, I had the chicken and mac and cheese.
That's what I had.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
I
I
think
ate half
I
of it.
saw that being delivered to your table.
Yep,
Oh
a
my
couple
God,
of them
get
had that because John had to have their lobster roll.
Yeah.
And they do an amazing lobster roll there. And one of them Kate had shrimp and rice, and Meg had the seared tuna on rice noodles.
There's something for everyone on that menu.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I think Connor said that it's like
Did you
one
say
of
you
the
can
best
bring
menus.
guests or no?
It's the
You can't bring
second day.
guests.
Oh, so when,
Yeah.
you said Wednesday night, maybe?
Well, it can't be Wednesday, maybe Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only
Joe,
doing dinner Friday.
Joe, the
inside.
fish printer, says, I saw your son going out on the boat last night. I'm
Joe.
glad he made it back.
Oh, and he saw you
Lights
too,
and
Joe. He saw you. That's the first thing he said this morning was, oh, and I saw Joe Fish. They were all having a good time out on the deck late night. So it was good.
And
good
the lights
to,
were out in full force, so you got to
thanks.
see the lights.
Thanks for keeping an eye on him, Joe. I appreciate it. But the interesting thing about Bass Rocks Golf Club in the dinner facility is that it's catered. They have a catering company that is responsible for all the cooking. And is it Goodwin?
They have. I don't know. Glenn knows that. I just
Yeah. I apologize, but it's I think it's good something, Goodwin. But if you have a need for catering, look into this group. It's two brothers that own it. I think they're local.
I always said that's what they should do with the Elks. They should have a
That'd
catering
be a
service
great
at the Elks.
Yeah.
Because really, makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Well, they've always had a catering service.
Right.
Years ago,
Right.
Could you imagine what they like at the Elks? I know that they always. I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, but I imagine that a lot of people have always suggested to put a deck out there.
Oh yeah.
Like, could you have imagined a deck off the front of that building for the guests, for the members? And if they had a deck during the COVID times, I think they would have increased and been able to serve
meals
stuff outside a lot quicker
Yeah.
than when they got to open.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes into the decisions to either to not do that, or if it's just to keep the membership dues down or costs down.
Catering versus non-catering.
No, the deck. Putting
Oh, the deck.
Putting a deck.
outside.
Putting a deck.
Yeah.
You know?
Joe,
Yeah,
you
we're-
want to talk about your two items here, since we're talking
Oh
about
yeah,
also
yeah.
some,
We're going to talk
stuff
about
here.
our friends. Anna and James Eves have started Cape Ann Sea Salt Company, and they're actually harvesting sea salt. That one right there, Chris. Read off the ingredient. Oh, you probably can't. Give it to Connor. He'll read it. Oh,
Pauline has
There you go, Pauline.
glasses.
It's salt, rosemary, and black pepper.
And the
That will
salt is
taste on
from-
all.
Where are they getting the? They literally going right down to the ocean.
Almost
And,
looks
Yeah, I see
damp.
him. I see pictures of him.
Is it moist?
Yeah.
Don't say that in front of Charlene.
my wife hates that. word.
It's harvested from the ocean, and so it's a little bit more.
It still has some
a
moisture
little
in
bit
it.
of salty moisture. Yeah.
It's we've added it to a couple of things. It's very tasty.
Yeah.
We really add.
I'll tell you right now, that rosemary one on the steak, forget it. Lights up.
Can I open
Yeah,
it?
you can
Smell?
open it.
Yeah.
Don't put your tongue on it.
It's sticky. Get a pinch.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Doesn't that
Yeah.
smell lovely?
Smell that.
Yeah. and
I did smell it. She's putting it in her pocketbook.
oh, sorry. That's just habit.
I should put our link in there. Let me see. I think it's probably. I'm gonna guess and say CapeAnnSeaSalt.com.
And you can order
I'll find
that.
it.
That you can go online. They have like a website. Go
That's
there.
awesome.
They'll mail it to you, or you could pick it up down at
And
the
G-Clay.
You said they were going to gear up to do it so we could do it retail in the stores. So
Nice.
hopefully for Christmas, I'd love to.
Oh yeah, you'll move a ton
They've
of
got
this
to
stuff.
work. Yep.
Yeah, put it right next to the shit.
You know where I ate breakfast the other day was the Atlantis.
We were just thinking about that.
We
It
haven't
was
been this.
wonderful.
I haven't been this year, but
It's funny you say that because I was gonna get some breakfast and bring it here, but timing
was
didn't work
excellent.
out. But I went to their website, Joe, and I don't know if you realize this, but when you go to the restaurant section of the Atlantis website, Oceanfront Breakfast in Gloucester, Massachusetts, named the best breakfast place you never think to go to by goodmorninggloucester.org. Right there, the first.
Oh, really?
statement. Yeah, I swear to God.
You're bullshitting me.
I swear to God.
Oh,
I was like,
And I'll tell you, a few of my friends, I posted the photo and said, you mean the
That's
public
hilarious.
can go there
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
breakfast?
Also, they've
People
always been
did-
able to earn.
Yes, but a lot of people that
You just
never
don't think to go
thought
there.
of it. And I said, oh my God. And it was, I had their Monte Cristo,
oh,
they
yeah.
called it, was French toast. And then in between it had Swiss cheese and ham.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
not an egg person.
no eggs. You know, like the runny eggs.
I don't like
Texture.
eggs.
It's a
I'm just
texture.
not an egg.
They're
If I-
chickens, you know.
Huh?
They're chickens.
Yeah, I know. It's not that. It's just eggs. It has a bit. But I don't mind the bread dipped in the egg.
Yeah.
It's the bread. What can I say?
You like a hamburger with a runny egg on it?
No.
No, that doesn't appeal to you.
Nope. Avocado. I'll put avocado on it. Nice lobster.
I had a steak. I cooked a ribeye the other day, and I put lobster meat on it and drizzled
Yeah.
it with butter on top of that. and
Isn't it
Might have
funny?
been-
Isn't it funny,
Put
Jim?
steak shit
We
on
get the call. I'm making sausages down at the wharf. I'm making hamburgers down at the
I'd
wharf.
love to try
When he
some
cooks the
shit.
freaking ribeye with 17-pound lobster meat on it. Chirp, chirp.
So we used to get
you get
fried
that call?
lobster they had at the Cape Ann, up the street of Essex.
Fried lobster?
Seafood.
Essex Seafood. They're
Oh,
rebuilding. They
fried
just
lobster.
I
demolished
just
it.
saw the
It's
trucks
all
there.
How did they?
People would come in. I said, "Oh, if you go up there, get his fried lobster," and they say, "Is it good?" I said, "It's lobster. It's fried. You get butter." What the hell? Of
What
course
could
it's
go wrong
good.
with that?
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't it be good?
Oh,
Oh my
We
God,
gotta
it's
try that.
delicious.
You know what? Lobsters are so cheap. We can do it today.
Experiment.
You want to do it today?
Do fried lobsters, nothing.
So what
but
do they just put it
so
right in the shell?
filling. No.
No.
The
You
meat.
Oh,
take the meat out. What if you have to partially cook the?
meat.
If you have to partially cook the meat, or
Yeah,
you fully cook the meat, or partially cook the meat?
I don't know. I have to ask Howie.
Who's Howie?
Howie Lane that owns Essex Seafood.
Howie Carr.
We'll wish them some luck. Good luck there.
He's best, I think, really value, and they're
Yeah.
open year round. I have
Yeah.
always gone
I
there,
like that place.
I do
and
like
they
that place.
always support it. And when you see the small clammer come by with his boat, delivering the clams, you know
Yeah.
he's
I'm
not
glad-
getting them from Maryland.
I'm glad they're finally, moving on.
Rebuilding.
I know it was a long time waiting, and he was like,
Insurance.
What if there's a
crazy.
chance for them to put beer and wine in
Well, I don't hope not, because I always bring my own.
there? Oh, really? You can do
Yeah,
that?
you
now?
can. I remember
Oh
him
yeah,
saying
I
that.
always come in with me and Glenn on Friday night in the
With the
winter.
cooler.
And we got our bag. He's got his
Wow.
beer. I have my wine, and we sit there and have a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
Were you boaters, you and your husband? I know your husband sails,
He's always been a competitive sailor.
but
Yeah.
do you guys motorboat at all?
We did
Where did you
when the
keep your
kids
boat?
were little. For a while at the marina,
Cape Ann Marina.
and you know what? I loved it there. Don't get me wrong, but it felt like if you didn't use it, you ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. You got to go out this weekend because we're paying $6,000 for 3 months.
Yeah,
to
I love
be
that
there.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Right? Take it out every opportunity you can. It's a great point.
Yeah.
It's like a golf membership.
And we had
Same thing as a golf
we
membership.
belonged to Jubilee Yacht Club up in Beverly.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So we had Glenn sailed out of there, raced out
Oh,
of
okay.
there. So we had a mooring up in Beverly Harbor.
Wow.
And Glenn said, "I like this up here, Paul." I go, "No,
yeah.
I want to go up the Andesquam and down the Andesquam. I don't care about
Backside of
Beverly."
Crane. Yeah,
I know.
Glenn used to sail, race out of Ipswich.
Oh, really?
Yeah, elusive. I was saying, you had the gentleman here last week with the crazy
the cut bridge.
cut bridge
Yeah.
craziness. Glenn and his crew, after a day of sailing, they sailed through the cut bridge, full sail. I
Wow.
don't think anyone else has done it since,
Oh,
but they were
that's cool.
they were really crazy.
Speaking of that, when we were going through the cut bridge, because we decided to go for a quick, 2-3 hour ride up to right
And you
up the river.
returned.
And we returned safe and sound.
Not
But as we were
lost on
going
an
through, Eric, is that his first name?
John Eric Stevens.
John Eric
Oh.
Stevens. He was on his
Paddleboard.
paddleboard,
Like, who is that
right
guy?
by the bridge.
Oh,
So
Just
we're all
outside, like right where if you
Oh
come
my
on,
gosh.
on the outbound, on the harbor side, just off to the right,
Yeah,
like
that's a
just
danger.
like kind of body surfing the wakes from the boats.
from the boats.
These are wild.
When
man.
I was a kid, Dad had the cement plant, which is right next to the drawbridge they're rebuilding. So when we were
you know what we're
kids,
talking about?
Oh yeah.
With
Yeah, up on the hill.
Rob
yeah,
Lay's
so the
place.
cement plant was my parents.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
my grandfather and my
What's
dad.
it called? What was it called?
Gloucester Transit Mix.
Gloucester Transit, and that was Gloucester Transit Mix started by
My grandfather. Actually, that used to be a ammo factory. Was there a storage unit, And he was friends with Andrew Nutton, who owned the Cape Ann Forge, which is on the other side of the tracks. But anyways, when we were kids, my dad hated the beach, so we would crawl down. We'd go there and have a cookout at the plant.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
we'd crawl down the embankment and swim right there by the
Train
bridge.
On the train
Yeah.
But
bridge?
there was never any boats.
No.
Yeah, remember back then there was only fishing boats and people
That's right.
didn't have pleasure vehicles.
Yeah.
So us kids, that's where we swam all summer
Wow.
long,
Wow.
right there.
There's a lot of people you see, like, I don't know where Dave McCarthy lives, but do they have that
Facing
one of the
the
houses
bridge,
facing there? And there's like, the tide goes out and they have those long
Yeah.
floats, the ramps and the floats that go out and they just sit out there all day long and hang out.
Yeah.
It looks like such a great, like, it looks like, I work, from the time I was 9 years old on, I was down the dock all summer long, no days off. So
Like Bill Belichick.
I wish that, like, I look at some of these kids that grew up on, like, in houses on the Annisquam with those docks and
Yeah.
like the little Boston whalers and stuff like that. And I can't even imagine like how much of an awesome life that would be, like growing up like that, you know, like, and how do those kids get out of that and into a working environment? How do you leave that Peter Pan kind of like
Fantasy.
in Fantasyland and develop like and want to have to go to work every day? Like, I don't know how it's just so beautiful.
And back then, nobody even really, there weren't people that wanted to live on the water because it was so much extra work. Now you can't get near those places.
Oh, yeah.
We had, you know, I swam off the Stone Pier on 128 all the time. My dad hated the beaches, but we were friends with the Ramseys. Remember, they owned the castle down at the private side of Wingasheet.
Yeah.
We'd go down there and hang out.
Down by Coffins.
Yep.
Coffins Beach.
Were you able to jump off the train bridge? I feel like that's a large jump, but
No, the train. No, we didn't go up on the. No, my father wouldn't let us do it. We just crawled down the embankment, which was pretty steep embankment. If you look, it wasn't. You know, kids, we could crawl back up it.
Did you go to the quarry?
No.
No, that was off limits.
You know, I never went to Annisquam until I was in my 40s, because you think about it, when you're in school in East Gloucester or West Gloucester, you had all your friends when you got to middle school or high school here.
Yeah.
So if you had a chance to be in town, you had the late bus, you'd go to the waiting station, we'd be able to. So we never went to each other's houses. We met in town.
Yeah.
We hung out at Sterling's Drive. We went down the
Sterling
floor.
Drive. Yeah.
Oh, they had the counter there. They had
With the root beer?
yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
that's just, we hung out in town. And then all of us went on the late bus and went to our homes. So I knew kids all over the city, but I didn't know where that was. I just knew they went to school with me.
So there was no bar hopping.
We had
Well, we went to Little Earl's. I mean, when I was 18, the
18.
drinking age was 18.
for a brief period.
Very,
For a brief period. How many years was it?
4 years. 'Cause
4
by
years
the time I
to
turned 21, it went back up to 21.
Oh,
So there were some people that it changed. Did they grandfather those people in? So they were 8. So no, because it was 18, and then they changed it back to 21.
Yeah.
So say they were 20 when they changed it back.
I don't think they.
So did they not? So for 3 years they got to go to bars, and then for that year they have to wait it out. I wonder how that worked out.
I don't know. I just know when I turned 21, it went back to 21, so I was safe. I got to drink from 18 to 21 legally.
Nice.
Yeah, and we always were at Little Earl's, and it was packed.
Where was Little Earl's?
Well,
Where
Go ahead.
it's on East Main,
No,
down by where the Gortons. What is that you do there?
it's where Gorton's are. It's where it's like the Gorton's research facility. They do research and stuff like that there. Little Earl's was a discotheque.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
It was
really?
real
It was not like 1970s discotheque.
Really?
We had one whole room that was just games.
Yeah.
You know, like a pool and video
Discotheque?
type
Pinball?
games. And then, yeah, just-
They did.
Oh, they had the silver. They had the silver. They had the disco ball.
Yeah.
In the middle.
John Travolta?
They had the stairs down to the dance floor.
Really?
They had big time
Big
acts.
bands.
Big time
Wow.
bands came there.
And we would go in Friday and Saturday night, and Donna was one of the waitresses, a girl I graduated with. Glenn tipped her so well. Every Saturday night, the best table in the place
Wow.
was open for him.
And they had
He
a
was
they had a
silly
DJ
man.
booth. Yeah.
Oh,
So
they were
I was
awesome.
I played for Little Earls Tigers in Pee Wee football.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so our banquets were there.
Oh, really?
It'd be like on a Monday night or something like that. But it was like
It
it
was
was-
in
he
business
put
a
on-
long time.
Earl Foot was a wild man. He was like
Did you ever go over to the marina when they used to have the building that's not there
No,
anymore?
I never. I've heard that was
We went there
like
too.
the marina, Cape Ann Marina back in the day was the hot spot in town.
Yeah.
So for a while it was that. Then Madfish Grill, for a while became a hot spot.
Bob's Clam Shack.
Bob's Clam Shack, right? Was Bob's Clam Shack going off at the same time as Cape Ann Marina?
Yes.
It was right
So
on-
we go from one to the other.
Yeah, it was like the big time. Like was that like the tuna? The tuna
And then
fleet was big.
Where Howard Blackburn, where Tono is upstairs.
Yeah, Blackburn. Well,
It was called
Tavern.
Blackburn Tavern, and
Yeah.
that was a big. At one time, there were quite a few you could choose from. So if you got kicked out of one, you went to another.
It's
Kicked out of it.
not
No,
that you would
Glenn-
know anything about that.
Glenn
That hasn't
was,
changed.
yeah, Glenn always got kicked out.
You had to really probably misbehave back then to get kicked out of a bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you drive drunk back then. I know it was awful, but Glenn was always lubed, and
always lose.
he was so bad. He doesn't watch.
He doesn't
No.
watch.
I
Oh,
remember
God.
getting stopped by a cop in Gloucester, and I knew him.
I knew.
Glenn goes, "That's what I like about you." You know,
I'm gonna say
Breaking
my alphabet.
Oprah.
Breaking news.
Oprah.
Well, my client,
Oprah's the safe word.
Pauline
That's
lets her hair down.
this was in the 70s. Oh
What my
God.
client meant to say is,
Yeah.
on the one occasion she
No,
overindulged.
these
got
guys
into
are
her
all
car.
old or dead now, so it doesn't matter.
I made it. They did.
Oh my gosh.
What a great way to end today's podcast.
No.
I'm sorry.
You can end it.
Yeah.
No, Jim has a public service announcement.
Jimmy,
You do it much
Jimmy,
better
it's
than
your
me,
turn.
Jim.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Come in closer. Pull in closer.
You deserve a break today.
Give it to
So come down to Captain Joe's and get your way, where you can get some lobster.
That's not
Jimmy,
the public
that's
service
not the fucking
announcement.
public service.
But I like
a
it.
commercial
I like it,
announcement.
Jimmy. Yeah,
The other one
I
is
appreciate it.
absolutely no piping clovers were hurt in the making of this podcast.
Yes, thank God.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.